This podcast is brought to you by Two Pits Barbecue, Briggs Goalkeeper Training, and Ophelia Soul Food Restaurant.
Well, I hope you all enjoyed that intro video. And without further ado, we will be bringing our special guest onto the show, and she should be coming on in about 1 second. And there she is, ladies and gentlemen, our special guest, Miss Keely Anderson. And I'd like to give you a round of applause, Miss Keely, because I know you at volleyball practice right now and you had to step away. And I really appreciate your coaches for allowing me to come on, allowing you to come on the show, as well as your mother and your father giving me the opportunity to interview on our show. And with that being said, we're going to put your information on the screen. And if you would like to let our viewers know how they can follow you, what school you attend, and how they can follow you on your social media outlets.
Okay, so my Twitter is at Keely Anderson, and my volleyball Instagram is at KeelyVB_25, and I go to Dickinson High School.
All right. Now, with you going to Dickinson High School, I understand that you all had a game last night, and congratulations on that. Y'all defeated Clear Creek High School, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. And how did you do in that game?
I did really good. I had 40 assists, and I'm only 5'4", so getting a block is a huge thing. And we run a 5-1, so that means I play all around. And I don't know how many digs I got, but I contributed to that, and I think I did really good.
Okay, well, congratulations on that. And we're going to get into volleyball on the later part of the segment. And now I know you said you're 5'4", but on the roster, they should be putting you at 5'5" or 5'1 and a half. So, you know, we ain't gonna, we know you're 5'4", but we'll stretch
Yeah.
the 5'5".
Yes, which is fun. I'm 5'5".
All right. Now we're going to get into it. On every segment, we do this thing called breaking the ice. And I always let our viewers know that the questions I'm going to ask her, she don't know anything about. She just know about the titles, because we don't want this to look like it was planned out or she had the questions and knew how to answer the questions. So I'm going to put her on the spot. So with the breaking of the ice, I'm going to put the title of that up there. And we're about to do the breaking the ice with Miss Keely Anderson. And my first question to you, do you have any siblings? And if so, how many?
I have one sister, and her name is Cayman, and
Okay.
she's years old.
How old?
20.
20. Now,
Mm-hmm.
did she play any sports?
She did volleyball through 9th grade, and then she did cheer 9th through 12th, and she did powerlifting for 1 year, and that was her junior year.
Okay. Now, with her doing all those sports, hold on, I've got people on the station here that's coming in. I'm trying to tell them welcome. But with her playing with the sports that she played and you playing volleyball, overall, who is the better athlete?
I would have to say me. Sports. When I was younger, I also did competitive cheer, and I think I'm a better athlete overall.
Okay. Now with the cheer, I know you do a lot of jumping. You say you got you a block last night, and that's a huge thing when you're 5'4". Do you think being a cheerleader and doing all the jumping, and I know you work out, we'll get into that later, that helps like with volleyball?
Yes, because when I first started cheer, I was like 5 or 6, and at our first competition, we had to do jumps, like like a cheer jump.
I know the jumps, but I don't know what the cheer jumps are. I know cheerleaders, they do the jumping and all that.
So the first competition, my mom was so shocked by how high I jumped, and I think it's genetics, but like I don't know. When you do cheer, it's just like a repetitive jumping. So I think that helped with my vertical now.
Okay. Now I know your dad played sports. Did your mother play sports as well?
No, she didn't.
Okay. Well, with your dad playing sports and your sister, who is the best athlete in the family?
I would have to say my dad.
You ain't supposed to give him that credit. You're supposed to say you.
No, I have to say my dad.
Okay, okay. Well, big shouts out to Coach Anderson. Now, with you playing sports, I know when every family member has a nickname, but sometimes in sports you may have two. You may have a nickname from your teammates, and you may have a nickname from your family. What is your nickname? Is this the same with your family and your teammates, or is different nicknames?
It really depends on like I really do have different nicknames. So for like my dad, he calls me Kelly. He says that's like my alternative like personality. And then on my team they call me K Dog, but I don't know.
K Dog. All right. I like that. Well, I'm not going to You know, it's gonna be Keely because I ain't gonna come to the game and be like K-Dog, and they be like, why in the world is he calling that girl K-Dog?
Yeah, no, I don't like it, but if they call me, I don't care.
Okay. Now, my favorite food is seafood. I love seafood. Do you have a favorite food, and if so, what is it?
I'm trying to think. I have
Dang it. I was about to say it's taking you that long to come up with a favorite food. You have a lot of them?
I had to say pasta. Like,
Pasta?
yeah, any type.
Okay. I guess pasta can be good, especially with sports. You know, it ain't heavy or anything like that, depending on what's in the pasta.
And like the carbs, they really help
Right.
you. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I can tell you staying in shape because before the show, ladies and gentlemen, we was doing a pre-interview, making sure we have our sound and audio right. And you was drinking a gallon of water?
Yes.
Do you go through a gallon of water a day or what?
Well, this morning we had practice at 8:30, and we just had a game last night. And I was so tired. I just grabbed the jug of water out of the fridge and I just took it.
Okay. All right. Well, continue to do that because that letting me know that you stand in state shape, you stand hydrated, and that's very important when you are an athlete. Now, what are some of your hobbies that you do outside of volleyball? Like I'm a drone guy. I love flying drones.
I like to sleep. Okay.
That's not a hobby. I like to sleep.
I like to sleep. I like to read.
Okay.
I like to
See,
bake.
you like to bake?
hmm
Now, what do you like to bake? Is it cookies, cakes, what?
During the summer, it was more cookies, but I think I'm going back to like pastries now. Like I
Okay.
just rolls 2 weeks ago.
All right. All right. Now, what is your, like, I know you play volleyball, but what is your dream job outside of sports? When you graduate from college, it's time to get into the work industry. What is your dream job?
I want to be a dermatologist.
All right. Now, what brought that up? Like why? Is that just something you're just interested in or a family member?
Well, my sister said she wanted to do dermatology, and then I was like, I looked it up. I saw like what it's about, and I was like, maybe I want to do that too.
Okay, that's fair. Now, what other sports do you play or participate in, if any?
I just play club volleyball. Like I play club and school volleyball all year round. So
Okay.
full year.
So big shout out to your club team. What's the name of your club team?
AVA.
AVA. And where is AVA located? Is it in Houston,
Webster.
Dickinson area, Webster? Okay. All right. Well, big shouts out to AVA club volleyball team. Now let's get into some things that people may not know about you, Miss Keely. And one of the questions is, what is your favorite color?
Hmm. I would have to say like any shade of green or blue.
Okay. Blue is my favorite color. I said that on my show the other day with one of my student athletes. I thought you was about to say pink. That's why you was wearing the pink shirt.
This was a free shirt I got at the game yesterday.
I know that's right. If it's free, it's for me. Now, what's your favorite month and why?
March, because that's my birthday month.
You know what? I be having athletes on the show, and I would think they would say that because my favorite month is February. Now, I'm gonna tell you the difference about my birthday month. I'm a leap year baby, so my birthday come every 4 years. All right, but in February, I celebrate my birthday every day of the month. It's a celebration because I'm a leap year baby.
I don't think that's how it works.
Oh, why not? It's my month, so I should be able to celebrate my birthday every day.
Your birthday is on the 28th.
Well, but my birthday is actually on the 29th. So when I was a kid, I used to celebrate my birthday February the 28th as well as on March the 1st.
Okay, that's good.
So I can do it that way?
But every single day.
Okay. All right. Now I'm not going to promise you that I'm a change it like that. I may consider it since you said that.
That's a good idea.
All right. Now with volleyball, what got you interested in playing volleyball?
It was my sister because the first year I started playing volleyball was in third grade, and my sister, she's 4 years older than me, And so her first year playing volleyball was her junior high, like her 7th grade year in junior high. And I just got out of cheer, like I stopped doing cheer, and I was like, well, I need something to do. And I saw her playing volleyball, and I was like, I want to go do that.
How old was you when you first started?
3rd grade.
Third grade.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, you're doing big things in volleyball, so keep it up. And I know your family proud of you. I know your coaches are proud of you, and I'm proud of the things that you are doing and the success that you are having thus far. Now, let's get into family over everything with Miss Keely Anderson out of Dickinson High School, which I'm representing. I got my Dickinson Gator hat on because they won last night against Creek. And I know the football team won last night too, but this is not a football show. This is a volleyball show. So we're going to get back to Keely. Now, Keely, how important is your family to you?
Very important. Like #1 priority. Well, #2, because God comes first.
Okay, hey, I was just about to ask. I was like, if your family ain't number one, who's number one? But you answer that, and there ain't no questioning behind that. So you are definitely correct with that. What are some of the things that you enjoy doing with your family?
I like watching movies with them, and sometimes we go outside. We have like a little pool day. We watch movies. We sit by the fire, make s'mores, and all of that. So that's
Okay.
what. Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm going to put you on the spot with this question. Now, we know God is number one in your life as well as your family, okay? But who is your biggest supporter in the family when it comes to you playing sports?
They all contribute. Like
Nah, you can't say all.
I'm, I'm serious. Like my mom, she comes to every single one of my games. My dad tries to make it to every single one of my games, and so does my sister. My sister and my dad, they're over my Twitter account, so they help me with that. He helped me get on the show. My sister, she followed a lot of college coaches on my Twitter, and they do a lot of stuff for me, and I don't take it for granted. So
Okay. Well, big
yeah,
shouts out to your family. And I know that means a lot because with playing sports and trying to take care of your academics, sometimes you don't have time for like the social media, but it is important for a student athlete because that's how you can market and brand yourself, which we talked about earlier when we was discussing NIL deals, which we'll talk about in the last segment of the show. Now, who is your biggest critic out of your family when it comes to you playing volleyball? Now, I know your dad is a coach and he probably be like, you should have jumped. Why didn't you dive? I need more hustle. So I know you're gonna get that. So who is
yeah,
the who is the biggest critic?
my dad.
So when he get ready to say something, you be like, oh my God, I know you're about to say something.
Yes, during the game against Falls, he said, "Move your feet," and it was so loud. And I was just like, "Oh my gosh!" And then, like, I just tune him out.
Oh, you shouldn't have said that. Because if he watching this show, he gonna be like, oh, so you be tuning me out when I'm talking to you.
I don't even listen because it's one ear throughout the other.
Okay. Well, sometimes you have to have that mindset on the court because when you're trying to concentrate on the game, listen to your coach, listen to your teammates and stuff like that. It can be kind of difficult. Now, let me ask you this: do you have to hear it? Also, I know you hear it during the game. Do you have to hear it when you get in the car or when you get home too?
Um, well, usually not after the games. Like, if it's after the game, they won't say anything. But during the games, that's when I hear them the most. And then, like, if we have a private, you know what a private lesson is? Like, you go with the coach one on one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I go to this lady, Coach Christy, and she's a really good coach, and she gives a lot of information out, so like what we need to fix. And so if I don't do something, I'll get in the car from her private, and they'll be like, "Why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? You need to be doing this. You need to be doing that." And so yeah, that's when.
Okay. All right. Now I know in one of the segments of the show in the early part when we was talking about family over everything, and you said God first and then family. Now I already know the answer to this, but for our viewers and listeners who probably missed that, does religion fit into your life as a student athlete?
Like for sure. So during 14's no 15's year during club, I had a lot of anxiety before I started playing. Like I would be like, "Oh my gosh, I can't do this, I can't do that." And like it was very hard to get through that period of time without God, because like God, he doesn't have those negative thoughts. Like he doesn't support those negative thoughts. Like I knew that wasn't from him. So like if I when I started putting like my faith in him, I started playing so much better. Like all those negative thoughts went away. So of course.
I love it, Keely. I love it. Well, you continue to keep, which I know you will, continue to keep God in your life. And without him, you wouldn't be as talented as you are. You wouldn't have remarkable parents like you have and like your sisters behind you and supporting you. So continue to do that. And you will continue to strive in volleyball as well as in academics and as well as in life. Now, let's get into attending school at Dickinson High School. Now, I'm a Gator myself now, but I'm always a tour, born and raised in Galveston, Texas. I'm a Ball High alumni, but hey, the Gators pay me. I'm a part of the Dickinson family and I love it. I enjoy myself, enjoying helping student athletes as well as getting interviews with some of the student athletes that attend Dickinson High School or in Dickinson athletics as well. Now, how is the atmosphere at Dickinson High School? Now, only thing I've been in Dickinson High School for is for seminars and work programs and stuff like that. Never been at the school throughout the day to see how the atmosphere is with the students in the hallway and stuff like that. So how is the atmosphere at Dickinson High School?
It's very diverse. Like there's not like a majority race that you see. Like there's a lot of different cultures, a lot of different personalities, and I like that because like you never know what you're gonna expect. So yeah.
Okay. Well, big shouts out to all the student body of the Gators family, as well as the administrators and the teachers. And we have a lot of people that are commenting on Instagram. We would love for you to be able to post these comments on Facebook or YouTube so Keely and myself can address some of these questions and these comments. I really appreciate it, but I would love for our guests to be able to see them as well. My next question to you is, what time do you have to be at school? I have to be at school at 6:15. What time do you have to be at school?
So school starts at 7:05. But I usually get here around 6:30 so I can do treatments in our training room.
Okay. Wait a minute. I said 6:15. I have to be at school at 7:15, not 6:15. I have to be at school at 7:15. So you go at 6:30 for treatment.
Mm-hmm.
All right. How's your trainers with athletics?
Oh, I love our trainers. They do a lot of stuff to help me out. And like there's a period of time where my shoulder was hurting really bad and they did everything they could to try to help me. So
All right. Now, I know with our football program, we get a very nice turnout at all the home games. I haven't been to a road game, but the road game has been like in Webster or in the Dickinson area. So never really been on the road game. And I know we get a huge support and following with the Dickinson football program. How is the support for volleyball?
the support for volleyball, it's better this year. So last year there wasn't that many fans. But since we've been doing better this year, we've had a lot of supporters. And I want to thank all of them for coming out to our games and always cheering for us.
Okay. Now, what is and big shouts out to them for coming out supporting you all as well. What is a typical day like for you at Dickinson High School? I know you have to be there. You say you get there at 6:30 for training and stuff like that. But like, what is a typical day?
So I get there. I get to the school around 6:30. And then school starts at 7:05, and then I just go through the school day until 2:35, and then that's when we have practice.
Okay. Now let's get into which is I think is the most important thing for any student athlete is academics. Now, with that, why you said, what's going on with that?
That's it.
Okay. Now, how important is academics to you, Miss Keely?
Academics are really important to me, and I find it like it's more like a discipline thing too. So like being a student athlete, it's not just about the athlete part. It's being a student too, because it translates. Like if you're disciplined on your schoolwork, you'll definitely be disciplined during the game. So I think that translates to everything. So yeah.
I like that. Now I got to put you. See, I put you on the spot a lot on this show. Do you know who your assistant principal is? Uh-oh. I get everybody with this one.
No.
Uh-oh. You better find out. You know what you're going to have to do? And I tell people this all the time. When you go to school on Tuesday, you have to say, hey, I did a show before it comes to you. I forgot who my assistant principal was, and I couldn't even give you a shout out on the show.
I know what she looks like.
No, that don't count. You gotta know the name.
I don't. I can't.
Do you know who your head principal is?
Yes, Miss Ramirez. Yes.
Okay. Do you know who your academic counselor is?
I know where she's at.
That don't count. Okay, now I know you know this. What is your GPA?
4.6379. I don't know. It may have went up.
Now I gotta give you a round of applause for that. 4.6. Keely. So you make A's in every class?
A plus.
Oh, excuse me, A plus. My bad. Dang. Hey, congratulations on that. Well, I know you don't have no choice because of who your daddy is, and then your mom, she probably stay on you. Who stay on you the most with your academics? Is it mom or dad?
Myself.
Okay, you don't need mom and dad to stay on you. Stay on your. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Now, have you taken the SAT or the ACT yet? I know you're a junior. Make sure you're good.
Second.
Huh? What happened? I didn't hear you. What you say?
I take it on December 2nd.
Okay, so you haven't taken either one of them yet.
Mm-mm.
All right. Well, I'm pretty sure you're going to do fine on either one of them because, like I say, with academics is important, and you won't be able to carry on into athletics if them academics ain't right. And then another thing with athletics is if you get two scholarships, the academic and the athletic scholarship, and you use the athletic scholarship, that academic scholarship go right in your pocket.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? Daddy and mom gonna be like, "What you asking me for money for?" All that academic scholarship money in the bank, you better start using some of that. Now, they'll still help you, but hopefully you get both of them, and then, that's something that you'll have in the bank that you can bank on. Now, do you know where you rank at in your class? What's your class ranking?
I think I'm number 14 out of 1,000.
Wow. Wow, Keely. Girl, you're not playing around. You don't have to worry about being ineligible. You don't have to worry about. One thing you probably have to worry about if you're gonna make a B because you're an A plus student, so you'd be like, I know I ain't gonna make a B in this class. So keep up the great work. I love it. Now let me ask you this because I ask a lot of student athletes this on the show. So when I'm talking to the kids that I coach or that I work with about academics, they can't come to me with no excuses. How do you manage academics and sports?
So when I get home, I usually study what I need to work on for the next day, or I'll get ahead with my work. So say we have to do terms for history. So if I'm done with my terms for chapter 10, I'll go start chapter 11. So when that's due, I don't have to do it. Or I'll wake up, I'll study all night, and then I'll go to sleep at a reasonable time, 10:30, and then I'll wake up really early and just finish my work. And then studying is really just repetition. So just going over your notes, just making sure you know everything. So yeah.
Okay. Now let me ask you this. We know you're an A plus student. Making the grades is, well, I ain't gonna say it's not difficult because you have to study and you have to prepare, like you just said. Do you get all your work done during school, or do you wait till you get home to do your work? The reason why I ask, because I didn't have athletes to tell me that there's no reason that an athlete shouldn't be able to get their work done in school, unless they just got to overload like a test and they got to study. So how is that for you? Do you get your work done at school, at home, or sometimes both?
Both. It really just depends on the day. If I'm stressed out from school, I won't do any school during I won't do any work during the school day. But if I'll just go home and do it at home. But if it's something that's easy and I know it's due later, the terms, I'll just do it during school. If I have extra time, I'll take out the thing and do the terms and just do it when I have extra time so I don't have to worry about it later.
Okay. Now, Keely, we shouldn't be getting stressed out at school. You should be relaxed, having fun and stuff and stuff like that. You're too young to be getting stressed.
No, school stresses me out.
Okay. Now let me ask this the last question that I'm at. No, I have two more. With going into your junior year, what was your expectations academically going into your junior year?
I just wanted to try my best in everything I do. Knowing I gave 100% effort and just knowing that I tried my best when turning something in and I just didn't have to do it and not getting stressed out or worrying about something. So that's my goals
Okay.
for
Now you already said that you want to be a dermatologist, correct?
Mhm.
Now that I'm pretty sure that's going to be your major.
Mhm.
Do you have plans for a minor as well?
Well, I've been thinking about that. So I want to get a scholarship, like preferably at a HBCU, and I really want to go to PV because they have a good biology and chemistry program. And so yeah, I want to go there and do that.
Okay, big shouts out to all the HBCUs and big shouts out to PV. We kind of discussed PV when I was telling you about how I started my podcast and stuff like that. So big shouts out to all the HBCUs and big shouts out to Prairie View A&M University. Y'all going to be getting a great outstanding student athlete. So academically, it's not going to be a problem. Athletically, you better start recruiting if you haven't, because you ain't got to worry about her being ineligible. She make A plus, not an A. If you say an A, she will correct you. It's an A plus. So we ain't gonna get that mixed up with her academics. Now let's get into playing volleyball at Dickinson High School. What position do you play at Dickinson?
I'm a setter.
Now explain to us a little about a setter. Now I know what volleyball is, but I don't know all the different positions.
Okay, so a setter is the person who contacts the ball like the second time. So first the passer passes the ball, and then I set the ball to the hitters so they can hit it.
Okay, so you said the setter contacts the ball or make contact with the ball the second time.
Hmm.
So that always has to happen. It always have to come to you.
Well, that's like the ideal thing. So if the passer gives a bad pass and then I have to call help for it, then I won't pass it or like I won't get the ball. But most of the time, I set the ball.
Okay. Now, with you being a setter, how many years have you been playing on varsity as a setter, and how many years have you been a setter?
I've been a setter since probably fifth grade, and I've been on varsity since my sophomore year.
So with being a setter, you have to. Do you stay on one side of the court, or you move all around?
I'm all the way around. I'm
Oh,
all.
okay. So that's why Dad be saying, move your feet. You got to be quick with your feet.
Well, that was on defense.
Oh, okay, okay. See, I'm learning. I'm learning some things right now.
Yes, but if the pass is like all the way on the other side of the court, I have to run and get it. It just depends on where the pass is. So yeah.
Okay. Now, out of all sports, why did you choose volleyball?
Mainly because my sister was playing it, and I really enjoyed playing volleyball, and it was fun. So yeah.
Okay. Now with the volleyball, you all are 7-4 in district right now, correct?
Yes, sir.
How many games do you all have left?
How many games
Yes, left.
in district?
Yes.
Okay, we have one game left in district, and it's on Tuesday against Brook, and and then we have like a practice game against Baytown Sterling on Friday, and then next Tuesday, that's our first playoff game.
Oh, so I was about to get to that. So you all are in the playoffs.
Hmm.
Do you know who you all will face in the playoffs? Two-part question. Do you know who you all will face in the playoffs, and who do you prefer to face in the playoffs in the first round?
Okay, so it just depends on how we finish out district. So we won against Creek twice, and then we lost against Falls twice. So there's four teams in district. It's Springs at first, Clear Falls in second, us in third, and Creek in fourth. And so if Creek wins against Falls in five, that means we go to second, and that means everybody's tied for second. And so if we're second, that means we play Shadow Creek or Alvin, and that's what we want to play instead of Pearland and Dawson, because Pearland and Dawson are really good teams.
Okay. Well, congratulations to you in making to the playoffs, as well as to your volleyball teammates and to the coaching staff at Dickinson High School. I know y'all going to do great in the playoffs, so don't worry about that. Y'all getting plenty of work in, and hopefully I can make one of those games to come out there and support you as well. Now, with you going into your junior year in volleyball, what were your expectations going into your junior year from your teammates as well as from your coaches in volleyball?
Well, we really want to make playoffs this year, and we've accomplished that goal because we haven't made it since 2008, and we knew that this year was our year. and we have a really good team, and we all have this drive to win. Like, we're all like passionate about the sport, and my goal was just like to play my best, do my role in the team, do what I have to do, and I was really focusing on getting 1,000 assists, which I accomplished.
And congratulations on that. We're going to give you another round of applause for that because that is a big feat. So congratulations to you on that. Now you got 1,000 assists. What other goal are you trying to strive for outside of the 1,000 assists?
Okay, so the 1,000 assists that I hit early in the season, that was for like my junior and my sophomore year combined. But my for the junior season combined, I'm so sorry for the noise.
Oh, you okay?
Sorry. Wait, let me wait. Okay, sorry. So
You
for my
okay?
I accomplished 1,000 assists for the whole season. So now I'm at 1,014 assists for the season, and a
You
thousand
know,
for
yeah, I had that. You got 1,014 so far, and serving aces, you have 48. If I'm not see that, I did my research, Keely. I had to look up some stuff on you before you came into this interview. I like to give a big shout out. We got a guest that came on to the show, Miss Ashley Beauty. She said, "Woo, go Keely, boo." Who is Miss Ashley? That's a family member, coach, friend.
basically a family member.
Okay, well, big shouts out to Miss Ashley. We really appreciate you coming on the show and posting that comment. I know that means a lot to Keely as well. Now, you already gave us what your expectation was. We know you got 1,000 assists. You have 1,014. I don't want to shorten you. Like I said, you have an A average, and it was an an A plus, and you have 48 serving aces. Now, what is a serving ace?
So that's when a person serves and nobody on the other side can get it up.
Okay. Oh, I know. Like, see, I underhand serve. How you serve? Like I do the under. Oh,
Oh,
do you jump serve?
no, sir.
Oh, okay. Now when you serve, is your serve fast? Do you make the ball knuckleball? Do it drop? Like, what is it for you to get all these aces? Basically, is what I'm asking.
I think it's because I'm left-handed.
Oh,
Mm. And people, it's hard to read the serve when you're left-handed.
okay. When you serve the ball, do it move in the air or just go?
Well, it depends. Like, I don't know. I feel like my serving has changed ever since I hurt my shoulder. And so I don't serve in practice now, so I just go in the game, and it just depends.
Okay. We have another guest that tuned into the show, Miss Deandra Baptiste. If I mispronounce your first name, I apologize. And she says, "Good luck, Keely, from the Baptiste family." So big shouts out to the Baptiste family as well. And I know Keely really appreciates you all coming on the show. We still have people posting on Instagram, which we do appreciate, but please come over to Facebook or YouTube to post your comments so we can address them on the show. Now let's get into where do Miss Keely Anderson ranks in volleyball in her district, which is 6A, Region 3, District 24, 6A. Now, in assists, where do you think you rank?
Number one.
There you go. Look, she said that with some enthusiasm. We're going to give you a round of applause for that because that is true. She does rank number one in the district. Now, you rank number one. You're first with 106 set plays. Now, what is a set play? I don't even know what a set play is.
So we have a game, and in each game there's a set. So like a set to 25, that's one set.
Okay.
And then
All
there's
right.
usually 5 sets in a game.
Okay. Now I know what a set is. I just thought it was like each quarter or something like that. So that's with 106. I'm pretty sure it's more now because they had a game yesterday. And in assists, we already said she have 1,014 set plays average. Do you know what your set play average is?
9.6.
Look, this young lady know her stats. Not too many people know their stats, and that is correct. And in aces, what do you think you rank?
I'm either 3 or 4. No, 5. I don't know. 3, 4, or
You
5.
said it right the first time. You're third with 48. Now we know you're not a big blocker because you're 5'6", 5'6", and you're ranked. What do you think you're ranked at in blocks?
Oh no, I'm not. I'm probably not ranked at all.
Nope, that's not true. You are ranked. You're ranked 37th. How many blocks do you think you have?
I don't even know. Okay, I didn't even know I was ranked for that, so I didn't look.
You have 17. That's a lot of blocks to be 5'8". See how quick you grew? Yeah. That's a lot of blocks to be 5'8". Now, in digs, tell me what a dig is before we get this ranking out.
So if the person hits it on the other net and then I pass it, that's a dig.
Okay. Now in digs, what do you think you're ranked?
Oh, like 22nd.
Now, how many grades in high school?
4.
Well, no, you got 10th grade, 11th grade. That's what I'm talking about. Well,
Wait,
yes, 4. When you're a senior, what grade you're in?
12th.
Okay, you're ranked
Okay.
12th with 317 digs. And again, ladies and gentlemen, all these stats probably did go up because she did have up a game last night in which they won against Clear Creek. So congratulations on those rankings as well. Now let's get into some of your accolades as we get into the closing part of the show. And what I have is, if I missed any of your accolades, Keely, don't get mad at Coach O. This is only what I got off of social media and some of the rankings that you sent me. But before we get into that, we have another viewer that has tuned in or that's posting, and that's by Tyler Hammer. And he said, W Coach O. That's one of my kids. So big shouts out to Tyler to tuning into the show. Now, some of the accolades that we have with you are Best Offensive Award in 2022 and 2023. Now, what do they mean by the Best Offensive Award? You the best offensive player?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, this may seem like a dumb question, Keely, but I'm going to ask anyway because I don't know. Now, in volleyball, when you're serving, that's offense, correct?
No.
Okay. See, I told you.
I don't really think that counts for anything. Like, offense is me, like, being a setter, like, giving the ball to my hitters, making sure they can get a good hit. That's offense.
Okay. All right. So don't have anything with you serving the ball that since you serving, y'all on offense now.
Now we're on defense. If I serve, now we're on defense.
Okay. So it's opposite. Because normally in football, if you got the ball, you're on offense. In basketball, you're on offense. So it's opposite.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm going to be at that volleyball game and I'm going to be cheering like I know what I'm cheering about. See, now you're teaching me some stuff. Now, you also was honorable mention all district setter in 2022 and 2023, correct? Now, with you being honorable mention, is that due to because some other players probably had more what is called assists than you at the time?
Mm-hmm. Also, probably more playing time. And I don't think we got recognized enough because we didn't make it to playoffs all these years. So we were like an underlooked team.
Okay. And then also you was player of the week in 2023 and 24. You played silver in nationals. Now tell me a little about that. Is this with the Dickinson volleyball team?
It was for club AVA. It was our 15th year. And we qualified for nationals at one of our last tournaments, and we got silver.
Okay. And then you have 1,000 career assists, which is 1,014. We're not going to shorten. You probably got more from the game last night. And you're also ranked in Texas for assists on max preps. So you're nationally ranked. So that's another round of applause. Let me give you a round of applause for that as well. But I want to ask you about, I saw recently about 3 weeks ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, you was also being recognized and nominated for some type of vote. You and another teammate.
Oh, player of the week.
Player of the week. Now, what was the outcome for that? Did you win that, or is it still going on?
I won it.
Congratulations on that, Keely. I told y'all we have a big time volleyball player on the show today. Now, my last question before we get into the ranking and get into your training. Me and you playing volleyball one-on-one. Do you think you will win, or do you think I'll win?
Oh, I will win, definitely.
Well, we probably have to, arrange that and go live with that so our viewers can see. But we're only going to 5.
5?
Yeah, we can't go to 25. I'm too old. My Achilles still messed up. My knees are bad and my back is bad. And I got bad shoulders too. And I get the ball first.
I will win.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all heard that right here on the show. We're going to arrange that and we're going to make that happen. All right?
I'll be ready.
Okay. All right. Now let's get into your training.
Hmm.
What do you do for as training for volleyball?
During school or for during club?
Well, I guess for both because you have to train, do you?
Yes. So for volleyball, we have practice. Let me see, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, 4 days a week, and that goes from 1:50 till around like 4:45, 5 o'clock. And then on Saturday or Sundays, I usually have a private. It just depends. And so yeah,
Okay.
for club, we have practice. Well, they just changed it this year. So this year I'll be having practice from Monday and Wednesday, 6 to 9, and then we'll have tournaments Saturday and Sunday. And so I'll probably do training throughout the throughout the week. So yeah.
Okay. Now, as far as your training, I know you practice as a team. But far as you, because I know volleyball training is probably different for different volleyball players. What do your training consist of? If it's like serving, jumping, digs.
I usually work on my setting or like jump setting, making sure it's consistent, like making
Okay.
sure all consistent heights and they're not changing up every single time.
All right. Now, what has been the most difficult workout that you've been through?
Hmm. It probably had to be in the weight room. It was a Saturday practice, and it was one of our first weight room workouts last year. And because typically we wouldn't do weight room before last year, and so when they said weight room, I pulled up in like a regular outfit, some sweatpants. I was just like, oh, this is gonna be easy. It's the hardest workouts of my life, and I was so mad. I was so mad.
Well, I'm pretty sure it was a learning experience as well.
Yes, I was like, crazy. I,
Uh,
thanks.
well, you got through it. And now when you have a younger player to come along and they come in some sweatpants, you'd be like, girl, you better put on some shorts or something.
Mhm.
Now, how does your coach, family, and friends motivate and support you as a volleyball player?
Well, they motivate me. Like they always tell me, like, "Oh, that's good. Like keep doing what you're doing. Like you got it." And like they support me by like giving me resources. Like this is a resource that I can like go to for recruiting. And they always try to give me like the best resources for privates, setting, and everything that I need. So yeah.
Okay. Well, big shouts out to the coaches, to your family, and to your friends, as well as your teammates with that support. Now, let's get into the recruiting process for Miss Keely Anderson.
Mhm.
Is attending volleyball camps important to you, and have you attended any volleyball camps?
Well, I haven't attended any volleyball camps, but I want to. I just like I don't have the time because usually like the volleyball camps are before tournaments, and like that just it's like I want to say it's not a waste of time, but like I have school, like it's like an important day that I'll be missing.
All right, now let me ask you this, because I think attending camps is very important because it helps with your recruiting and it's helped people to be able to get a visual look at you instead of from film. Because with film, we can just take out the good and don't put in any of the bad. Now, with the camps, this is a two-part question, and I don't know because, like you say, you don't get to attend them or you don't have time to attend them. With the camps, are they during the summertime? And I know you have club ball because I know college coaches would want to see you play. Or when you playing club ball and y'all in tournaments, are there college coaches attending the tournaments in club ball? Because if they're attending the tournaments, I guess going to camp, I'm not going to say it don't matter. I guess going to camp shouldn't be an option because they're going to see you at the tournament. But if they're not at the tournament, I think it's important that you go to the camps.
Well, usually during like tournaments, so the day before the tournament starts, say if it starts on Saturday, well they're gonna have a college camp on Friday near that location.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
then college coaches they'll come to the tournament on Saturday or Sunday.
All
So
right.
it's,
I got you.
so yeah.
Now, what are you doing to help your recruiting process?
Well, I have somebody to make my film now because I try to make my film, but like I don't know what college coaches want. I don't know what they see. I don't know like what they're looking off of. So I have somebody to make my film that like to make sure it looks good. And also, I just went to like a recruiting meeting, and they gave us like steps on how to like steps of recruitment. So yeah.
Okay, we're very good with that. And if you ever need any help with that, please reach out to me because I can help you with that as well, as far as what you need to do to contact the schools, what you need to be asking them, and how often you need to be hitting them up, whether it's through email, Twitter, or DMing them through Twitter, because social media is a major part for you all as student athletes now. It's nothing like from when me and your dad was in school. You have so many social media outlets that you can reach out to these schools to get yourself known and recognized as well. Now, another question for you, putting you on the spot here. What should a college look for in you as a student athlete?
You said what do colleges look for in me?
No, no. What should they look for in you as a recruit, as a student athlete for their school?
Well, first of all, I know that like most athletes don't know this, but like they watch how you are, like they watch how you interact with your team. They see like after a point, how are you acting? Like, are you doing this? Are you doing that? And I really support my team and everything they do. I'm proud, like to the fullest. You can see it on my face. Like I'm like congratulating my teammates when we're down. I try to help them. Um, I run. I run like I'm not a team captain, but people do like take what I say and they try to take it in. And I think I'm a good leader. And also my grades. And so yeah. And then I show what I need to prove on the volleyball court. So yeah.
Well, believe it or not, Keely, you are a captain. You are a leader because you lead by example, especially by academics in school. And I'm pretty sure you lead by example on the volleyball court as well. My last question to you in recruiting is, do you think it's the parents or the players or the coaches or all responsibility in helping you with your recruiting?
I think it's all.
All right. I like that. I do agree. Especially with your dad playing sports, I'm pretty sure he can help you. With the coaches, if you're doing everything that is asked of you, from being eligible, not getting in trouble, coming to practice, performing well, I think they should be helping you with your recruiting as well. Well, as we almost come to the end, we're going to get into some trivia. And then once we get into the trivia, we'll talk about NIL deals, and we'll tell you all about Keely's favorite artist, and then we'll let her give her shouts out. Now, my first question to you with this trivia is, do you know, and I got this from the internet because it may be another coach, nothing against the coaches that y'all have now, but do you know who had the most winningest record at Dickinson and what their record was when they was coaching at Dickinson?
No, sir.
Okay. Well, what I have is, it could be wrong because Max Prep probably didn't update it, and Wikipedia don't have anything with Dickinson athletics on Wikipedia, which I felt was kind of strange with the athletes that have came through there and was very successful. I have Miss Mitzi Matthews from 2007 to 2011. She had 113 wins with 57 losses and one tie as her record. Now, my next question to you is with this little trivia, and you probably know it's not a trick question, but the way they worded it could be. How many total players in total are on the court playing at one time in a sanctioned tournament play of volleyball?
6,
Total players, 6,
7.
12, 6 on each side.
Okay.
Hey, I'm the one asking the trivia. You're supposed to be teaching me, but I'm cheating because I got the answer and I did get this off of social media. Now, how many times can one team hit the ball on their side of the court?
3.
Three times is correct. Now, I may say this wrong, Keely, and don't you laugh at me. What is a libero?
A libero is a person who passes the ball. Like they wear the different jersey. Like they're the defensive specialists.
Okay. Now, what part of the court do they play on?
It depends. Some play middle back, some play left back.
Okay. Because my answer was they play on the back row.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, they play back row.
See that? But you say it depends.
Well, left back is a position in back row.
Okay, all right. Yeah, you tell me because I don't know. My last question to you is, and this is not trivia, putting you on the spot now. I don't know what logo brand that you all wear, whatever the case may be. I don't know if it's different logo brands for volleyball, but are you a Nike person, an Adidas person, Reebok person, and that's it. That's all I can think of.
Okay, so for shoes, knee pads, and socks, I have to go with Adidas and their Spanx. I like their Spanx. But for jerseys, I have to go with Nike.
But hold on though. See, the kids told me a long time ago. One time I had on some Nikes and Adidas, and they said I was cross dressing. You can't mix the brands. So you can't wear Nike and Adidas. They got to be all the same.
I don't care.
Oh, Keely, you messing up your marketing deals now. Because what if Nike come to you and they say, Keely, we really like for you to brand our product, but you can't wear Adidas. You're going to tell them, I don't care. I'm wearing both.
I like Nike knee pads, but I never had Nike shoes.
So you don't wear Nike shoes, anything.
Oh no, I do. I have some on right now.
Oh, okay.
I'm just talking about volleyball right now.
Okay. I missed that. Remember what, because you backed away from the microphone, what you said? Because you said you had on some Nike shoes right now.
I have on Nike shoes right now, but I thought we were talking about volleyball. So for volleyball, it's like I switch for like Adidas and Nike.
Okay. All right. I got, like you said with the birthday, I think I can let you make it for that. But when it comes to these deals, we can't be doing that, Keely. We got to stick with one.
I will.
All right. Now, you just heard me say deals. Let's get into NIL deals. I'm sorry, I had the wrong topic up. Let's get into NIL deals. And this is, how do Keely Anderson feel about NIL deals for student athletes? We talked briefly about this before the show. And in my opinion, I think NIL deals is a good marketing tool, and I think it's great for the student athlete because, for one, they deserve it, and especially if you have a student athlete that is academically sound with a, 4.6? 4.6 GPA, almost a 5. She probably going to have that by her junior year. Dang, that's high. I think my GPA was, I'm not going to say it, but it wasn't a 4.6. But I think NIL deals are great deals for a student athlete. Keely, how do you feel about NIL deals?
I agree with your opinion. Athletes, no matter what age, put in a lot of work, and if they did something to get an NIL deal, they should make the money off of that because they earned it. They wouldn't give it to anybody off the street.
And I think it's great too, especially like in the small towns where high school is banging, like Dickinson. I love the Friday night lights. The student body, the support, the community is behind the ISD programs. And then when you're in that program and you shining, I don't see anything wrong with if you're going into a beauty salon that you normally go into that they helping you with a deal. They don't have to be millions. Everybody think marketing deals can be millions, but they can say, hey, we're willing to give you $50 or $100 every month, as long as you brand or marketing our product with a T-shirt or letting people know on your social media platforms where you got your hair done. If it's a grocery store, a local grocery store that you go in all the time, that your family always shop in, same thing. Hey, when you do your social media, just let them know where you shop at, and we'll give you so much money a month, or we'll give you this one stack amount for the year. Hopefully you'll come back next year and market and brand us as well. Now, my only staple on NIL deals, let's just say, Keely, you got $1 million NIL deal and you're in college. It's your money, but I think if you pass, they give you a certain amount up front. The first semester, let's say you don't do too good. Well, you don't get a portion of your money that semester. Second semester, look how she looked at me on this show. The next semester, let's say you do good. Then we'll give you the portion of money that you should have earned your first semester, as well as the second semester earnings because you did good. And then I think throughout the years, they should give you a portion of your money. I know it's your money, but they give you portions of your money. The reason why I say that is because I think it'll keep you focused on your academics, which you don't have a problem with. And the main goal is graduating and getting that degree or 2 degrees. Now, let's say you decide to leave early out of college and go into the pros for volleyball. And like in college, they give you up to 5 to 6 years to get your degree. Let's say in 6 years, you never come back and get your degree. In my opinion, I think that money that you left on the table, it probably be $800,000 left. It goes back to the program that you was playing sports in.
I agree with that. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, see, and I think then it gives the student and athlete, they looking forward to getting a degree, and they looking forward to do good each semester to be able to obtain some of it. It's their money, but if you're not doing the right things, we're not going to give you no portions of your money. They may decide not to do the right thing for 4 semesters, but then they graduate. Okay, now you get all your money.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my take on that. Well, we're coming to the end of the show, and before we do that, Miss Keely has 4 artists that she liked. We kind of discussed this because I was asking her who these people were. I didn't know who they were, so she explained them to me. One is Young Nudie. I don't know why they named themselves Young Nudie. Am I pronouncing that name right?
Yes.
One is Young Nudie. The other is Lil Double O. I don't know why he calling himself Little. Maybe the double O's he have in his name are bigger than him. We got Lil Baby. I do know about that artist. And SSG Splurge. I don't know if SSG splurging with money, jewelry, or with his friends, don't know, or her friends. But my question to you, why did you choose these artists? And when you're listening to them, is this pregame motivation, workout motivation, traveling motivation, or just, I don't know, casual music?
I don't know. It just motivates me throughout the day. Like, they have really good beats. And I don't know. It just gives me like some type of pump for the game. So, yeah. I like listening to them.
Okay. Now to our viewers and our listeners, at the end of the show, we will be playing Keely's favorite artist on our podcast radio station. And if you would like to tune into that, download the Stationhead app, and you can listen to her music selection at any time on our podcast radio station, as well as listen to this interview on our podcast radio station, as well as on Spotify. Before we get into shots out, I got to get my guy on the screen. This is Coach Eric Anderson. He tuned into the show, probably been listening to make sure his daughter haven't messed up on anything, but I'm going to put on the spot in a few minutes, Coach. And he says, go Keely, family over everything. And she let that be known at the beginning of the show. And I do agree with that as well. And Coach Anderson, to you and your wife, I really appreciate you all giving me the opportunity to interview you all's daughter on my show. She did a great job. And hopefully I can do this again down the line when she go to college or playing professional softball and stuff like that. If she give me that interview, because sometimes athletes get big time, man, and they forget about Coach O. But I understand they get busy. So before we get off the show, I'm going to let Miss Keely give her shout out, and you can give your shouts out to whoever you want to give your shouts out to. And at this time, I'm going to take myself off the screen. And Keely, here you go.
Okay, I want to give a shout out to my family and my volleyball team for just helping me throughout everything and always encouraging me and staying focused on our goal. So, yeah, that's all. That's all my shout outs that I have. So, yeah.
All right. Now, before I let you go, Miss Keely, this show, to our viewers and our listeners, it will be live. You can always go back and listen to it and look at it on Instagram as well as on Twitter. It will be on YouTube tomorrow after everything is set, buffering, and loaded up on YouTube. But Miss Keely will have the actual show right after this show. She will have the link, and she can send that or post it to any of her family or friends or on any of her social media outlets. So if you're not following her, where can they follow you at, Keely, on your social media platforms?
Twitter at Keely Anderson and on Instagram at KeelyVB_25.
All right. Now you have that. I have that coming across the screen. I forgot to put her Instagram on here. I told her I was going to do it, so don't charge that to my heart. Charge it to my brain because I did forget. But please follow her. Give her a shout out. Let her know that y'all tuned into the show and how good she did on the show. Now, my last question to you, Miss Keely. Putting you on the spot again. You get the game winning block because you're a 5'9". You get the game winning block. And we on ESPN, we on all the national networks, and everybody got to see this from CBS to ABC. And when they bring that microphone to your face, who do you give a shout out to? Mom or dad?
My team.
Good answer, Miss Keely. No, why you didn't pick mom or dad? Because mom probably ain't gonna cook. Dad probably ain't gonna let you drive that car or whatever the case may be. Why you didn't say one of them?
Because they're gonna press me on it later, and I don't have.
That's good. So to the team. Well, Keely, you did great on our show, on your podcast show. Oh, I lost her. So I'd like to give you a round of applause. Oh, it's not working now. But I wanted to get, oh, there you go. Wanted to give you a round of applause before we get you off the show. You did a magnificent job, and I really appreciate you being on the show. And with that being said, good luck to you all next week. Next week, y'all last game, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And who that is against again?
Pearbrook.
Is it at Dickinson or is it at Brook?
It's at Dickinson.
Okay. I'm going to try to come into that game. I should be there. And when I come in, I'm just going to give you a salute to let you know that I'm there. And good luck to you in that game. I really appreciate you being on the show. Continuous greatness in volleyball. Continuous greatness in your academics with that 4.6. I think my GPA was like an 8.9 when I was in high school. But don't worry about it. You'll never be able to beat that. And good luck to you all in the playoffs. Whoever you all face, I know y'all going to do great things. So, Keely, really appreciate you coming into the show. You enjoy your weekend and have a great day.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Miss Keely Anderson out of Dickinson High School. Really enjoyed her being on our show. Really enjoyed you all tuning in, whether it was on Stationhead, Twitter, Instagram, or on YouTube and Facebook. And if you have a student athlete that you would like for us to interview on our show, please hit us on any of our social media outlets, whether it's a coach or whether it's a student athlete. We have, we got you la ha ha ha. Well, we're going to see Mr. Tim Park. I don't know who that gentleman is. But anyway, I am Coach O. This is the National Scouting Service Podcast Show. Really enjoyed the interview with Miss Keely Anderson, and we look for our upcoming videos in the future with our student athletes. Oh, must be a classmate of mine because he said 8.0 GPA. That's what he was laughing at. Hey, nobody will be able to look that up, so I'm going to stick with that. Again, I am Coach O, and this is the National Scouting Service Podcast Show.
Play hard, work hard, play hard.
If I can't do it, homie, it can't be done. Now I'ma let the champagne bottle pop. I'ma take it to the top. Show, I'ma make it hot, baby. Another one.